Welcome back to our Profit Era, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and business. It's your host, Cindy, your financial bestie and fractional CFO. And today I wanted to talk about something personal and vulnerable. I recently just shared a post on being an ambitious brown woman and what that costs. I know it's relatable whether you're a brown woman or you grew up in an immigrant family, so I wanted to talk about this. So let's get into it. Well, when I came back from the Hermosi workshop, I was inspired. People in that room were doing $5 million to $100 million by focusing on just one thing. Now, I thought if they can do it, I can do it too. I came back home, shared with my family and friends that I want to build a $100 million business. It sounds scary. I know a lot of us wouldn't say that out loud or openly to like friends and family. I've even openly shared that I want to be an investor on Dragon's Den someday. I have all these big thoughts and dreams. I got laughed at. Not because my family and friends are like mean or not supportive, but because as brown women, we're valued based on how well we can cook. If we're married, we have kids. Anything else outside of that does not matter and we should not be thinking about, which is a sad reality that most of the women that like our moms, our aunts, grandmas, like they all lived through this. Now, is it so wrong to want more in life than just get married and kids? For so long, I thought I just want to get married. I want to have kids before 30 and just be set for life with my corporate life. But once I left the corporate world, I realized there's so much more to life. There's so much we can do. We can make more money, impact more people, support more people. Nothing bad happens when women make more money. Like we support our communities, our family. We're really just showing the next generation what's possible. So, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being so ambitious? Now, growing up, I was lucky to have a dad who was an entrepreneur as well in the real estate space. He taught me and my brother to dream really big. To go to school, I became an accountant, a CPA designation. My brother became a lawyer. He took over someone else's practice. So we both did really well career wise. Now, my dad always encouraged us to really dream big. He taught us that if we want to do something, just do it. Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. Don't just sit there second guessing yourself. Should I do this? Should I not? So I am grateful for him. That's one of the reasons why I started my own business. He would always ask me when I'm starting my own business, but I never felt comfortable and confident enough to start it. Now, my brother, he chose more of a traditional type of business. He took over someone else's practice. So what he's doing is like pretty normal in like the corporate world or the professional world. But I left a stable 9 to 5 accounting manager position to start an online accounting business 3 years ago. Like, who does that? Like, why would you do that? I got asked all the time. Even now, when I see friends and family, they're just like, oh, like, why are you going to these events? When are you having kids? Where are you traveling to now? It just seems like you're always on the go doing all these things. It's because when I was in the corporate world working 9 to 5, I never really shared my opinion, my thoughts. I also didn't travel much. I didn't have very many friends. I traveled a lot with my family. And just being with school, like, it just felt like I was always, like, studying or doing something where I couldn't really travel much. When I got married, same thing, we do travel, but it was more like 2 weeks off from the corporate world and then traveling. Whereas now I'm traveling to speak, I'm attending conferences, I'm connecting with people, I'm going to, like, the Hormozy strategy session, like, I'm doing all of these things outside of my comfort zone, which isn't normal. And it gets uncomfortable going to, like, first birthday parties or, like, hanging out with friends or family. Everyone's having kids and, like, moving on with their life, and it's just like, "What are you doing?" It's just like, "I'm building a business, like, I'm ambitious, I have goals." And we need to normalize that. We need to normalize being okay, being ambitious as women, being okay with having a career, building something that doesn't revolve around getting married and having kids. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of women entrepreneurs that are out there that are married, have kids, they're managing everything. Everything looks good on social media. But that shouldn't be the end goal. Like, there's so much more to life than just being married and having kids. That's all I'm trying to say. It's okay to, like, build businesses, travel, do things that you really love. Because at the end of the day, like, we only have one life. We don't know how much time we have. And we need to enjoy it, do the things that we want. So that's what I really wanted to share with you guys because it's not easy. I want to say, like, my journey as a brown woman trying to do things that nobody else and my friends, my family circle has done before, it's tough. I'm always, like, questioning things. Why do I want this so much? Why do I want to do this? Even going to the Hormozy strategy session, like, that's the most I've ever invested. It was super scary. Now, Ravina Oberoi, the founder of Just Cakes, she's someone that I really admire and look up to. I remember I came back from my last Hormozy workshop in September. I was given this opportunity to go back with working with her team, but I was just scared. So between September to December, I finally decided to reach out to them again. Again, I was scared. I had like a week to decide. And that's when I decided to message Ravina, telling her about this huge opportunity, what I was thinking, the investment, all of that. And she was really supportive. Like, she really encouraged me that it was safe to make those kind of decisions and do those kind of things because I was betting on myself and it's scary. Just to put things in perspective, like, if a man was building a business or investing in a property, he's going to take out like a construction mortgage or like even a business loan for like $100,000 plus. So why is that okay and safe? Because he's investing in real estate or investing in his business. Whereas if a brown woman's going to do that, she is going to be questioned from every single person in her life. They're going to ask her, why are you doing that? That's too risky. Like, you're being selfish. You're being like all of these things. And it's just like, why is it okay if a man does it? Why can a woman not invest the same amount in her personal development, her growth, buying assets that are going to generate money later? Like, why is it so much harder as a woman to make those kind of decisions? Something I ask myself every day, and it's just something I've been reflecting on. So even when I got back from the Hormozy session, like, I tried to downplay everything, but that whole experience has changed my life. Like, I have so many goals, so many things that I want to do, and I just want more brown women to just step up, lead with your ambition. What's the worst that could happen if you actually stand up for yourself, put yourself out there? Like, we're taught to be so humble. Like, if you start to make more money, we get scared. What are people going to think in the community? you're always told, like, in the community as well, like, the aunties asking, like, "When are you getting married? When are you having kids?" It's just crazy, and now these, like, aunties have no shame where they're asking people, "You've been married for so long. Why don't you have kids?" You know, there's IVF treatment, all of these things, and it's just like, having kids is so personal, so I don't know why people feel okay asking those kind of things, or even asking, like, "When are you getting married?" Like, nobody has to follow the same timeline we were told to follow as, like, kids, or, like, the timelines our moms followed, our grandmas followed. Like, times have changed. And it's really unfortunate that we fall into those paths. And I know, like, if I didn't have a dad that really encouraged me to dream big, do all of these things, I wouldn't be in this place right now. I would be in a safe place at my corporate career, just hating my life, unfortunately. And I know that's a reality for a lot of people because we're so afraid to speak up, share our thoughts, do something that's unsafe, unnatural. Like, when I started posting accounting and tips on my Instagram page, I had no idea what I was doing. Everyone asked, like, why am I doing this? Why am I not going back to my job? I was making good money. Like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I creating a course when I created my 4-week reset course to teach people how to deal with taxes? When I started Her Profit Era, I went to New York to speak. It's just like, how does this relate to your tax work? Like, why are you doing all of these things? And it's scary. Like, I don't even know why I want to do these things or why I feel called to do them. But it just feels so good and so aligned with what I want to do. I really just want to make financial education easier and accessible for more women. But I also want them to understand there's a mindset component to it too. So you can't outwork your mindset. If you're dealing with scarcity, limiting beliefs, you're not going to put yourself out of your comfort zone. If I didn't do the inner work that I've been doing, I wouldn't be in New York speaking, traveling alone, doing all of these things. Like, I wouldn't feel confident doing them. So I want you to know it all starts within you. What do you actually want? Write it down, journal, reflect on things, reflect on your childhood. How did you grow up? What kind of conversations do you have in your family? Like, we need to normalize these things because the more conversations we have openly like this, the easier it becomes on the next generation. Think about, like, your daughters, your nieces, your sisters. Like, the more you start to deal with money and doing all of these things, it sets an example of what's possible. So maybe no one around me understands what I'm doing, but maybe when my nieces grow up or when I have kids, they see the type of stuff I've done, they'll know it's okay for them to do it too. Because all of this brown girl ambitious guilt ends with us. So that's it for today's episode and what I wanted to share. Again, this was really vulnerable for me to share. It's just thoughts I have been having. And I think we just need to normalize them because when we do, it becomes so much easier for other women to step up as well. If you want to connect, share your thoughts, or you need support with anything, my DMs are always open. You can DM me at It's Cindy Kumar. You can also comment on the podcast episodes as well. If you found these helpful, you can also share it with a friend or even your family members, any women in your life that need to hear this message. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.